In the books, Memphis leads at 35-21. We are joined by Darren Williams, former Jazz great. That was kind of fun the other night with you and Carlos and your kids all around here.
Yeah.
For I called all your games with Darren. It's kind of fun for us to see you guys growing up. Was it fun to get to kind of see everyone's next generation and hang out?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our kids kind of grew up together, the older ones at least. When we were here for the Jazz, but it's always good to see Booz, and it's good to have him back and be a part of the organization again.
So your oldest is
22.
22.
Wow,
time goes by fast.
I mean, I'm getting old.
You don't look
not as old as you.
No, not quite.
You don't look it. You look good, man.
Appreciate it.
So
I feel it.
You remember your summer league first year for you?
Yeah, I
was
remember it.
Yeah.
It was I would have fouled out at every game if you could. No, but it was good. It was a great experience. It's like it's just getting your feet wet. Just trying to get used to the NBA, the style of NBA play. The coaching, get a little sneak peek on the offense. It's fun.
So what's the first thing you noticed from college, even to the summer league? What's the first thing you noticed when you got?
You couldn't be as physical as you could in college. I felt like the NBA game was less physical than the college game.
Oh, really?
That's why almost. Did you ever get 10 fouls in a game?
No, I think I got like 8 though one game. I was hacking out there.
That means at least you were trying, right?
Yeah.
Filipowski here gives it over to Harkless. Talking with Darren Williams. Harkless gets a lane to the basket, switches right to left. He's fouled. He'll get 2 free throws. You have been doing various kind of things. Are you staying in touch with the NBA? Do you watch it?
I don't watch too much. I watch more. Come playoff time, I watch playoffs.
Sure.
Regular season doesn't really interest me. I don't watch any college, so I don't know none of these dudes out here. I was getting familiar with them, asking Danny Ainge questions on Saturday. But yeah.
It's funny to talk with you. There was so much buzz around the draft and don't want to come to Utah. Here you are living here part-time. Here's Booz living here part-time. Derek Favors is from Georgia, was pretty quick to tweet out Dace Bailey no, it's not.
Yeah.
How does the conception or the perception of this place ever change in your mind to people?
I don't know. I think it's just one of those things you got to kind of get here to experience Utah and see how beautiful it is. And it's a great city, great place to raise kids. Obviously, I had a daughter when I came here, and by the end of year 1, I had another one that summer. So. It was a great place for me to raise the kids, and I definitely enjoyed my time here. Obviously, I'm still here. I've always had a house somewhere in Utah, and so, I love it.
So what's your problem that you gave up golf?
What's my problem?
Yeah, what's your problem? Yeah, how can anyone give up golf?
I'm sane.
I'm
sane. I feel better. I sleep better. My days aren't ruined because I shot 87. I wake up not panicking about having nightmares about slicing it into the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's my reasoning. That's my reasoning.
It's the best.
It's the only sport in the world where you can put more time in, put 100 hours in a week, and get worse.
That is
the margin of error is that small.
There's no sport like that. I don't care what sport it is. If I put 100 hours towards something, I'm gonna get better. Golf is the one exception.
The less time I spend on the range, the better I play.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm totally convinced.
And then sometimes you're out there and you can't figure it out from the first tee shot.
Yeah. Makes you appreciate the tour players, doesn't it?
100%. Well, they do. They struggle the same as we do.
Yeah. Well, they have coaches that follow them around and all that. Yeah.
Oh, I actually think what Darren's point here is I've always thought this about pro golf. They're playing the same course every day, and you go after the top 10 on the scorebook, right? We watched Sunday is the 4 greatest players in the world on that weekend, but you go look at there's a guy who shoots a 68 one day and a 78 the next on the exact same golf course. How is that possible?
Well, it's possible because look, we're in this air-conditioned space. There's no wind. There's no different blades of grass. There's not different types of grass. When it heats up 5 degrees, the ball doesn't go further in here. There's so many variables in the game of golf that people don't like realize when they start. It is my advice: if you haven't started, don't. Especially if you have an addictive personality.
There's somebody driving home from a round of golf right now listening. It's like, Darren's right. The philosophy of Darren is going to be the answer for me as Cody Williams drives and gets fouled with 7:27 left second quarter. 39-25. What are you filling your time with these days?
Well, I was riding dirt bikes until I hurt myself.
He does have his right arm in a sling right now.
Yeah, I do. So my son rides, and I ride with him, and definitely was having fun doing that. Riding mountain bikes as well. Just kids hanging out. I design and build homes in Dallas.
Oh, do you really? That's awesome. Bailey,
Design.
rebound,
You said
fades back with the
design and
jumper, hits
build.
it.
I do the design. I have a business partner that handles the build.
What kind of homes?
Spec homes, just residential,
Oh, cool.
single family.
Jackson turns it over. Cody on the run. Cody with left hand dribble, shovels off with the left hand, loses the ball, saves it to Clayton, back to a trailing Filipowski, left side Harkless. Ball fakes, works his way to the lane, puts up the left hander. He's fouled. He'll get free throws as the Jazz have cut it to 12. You just shared with me beforehand that your daughter graduated from college. What was it like to go to her graduation and see that?
It was cool. She didn't want to walk, so we went to the big one.
Okay.
Where she just, they just kind of stood up. But it was good, man. It was exciting. It was special to see her, be able to graduate. And then the next day, my other daughter graduated high school. So, yeah, I'm sending another one off now. One's going into the real world, and one's going off into college.
The passage of time.
Yeah.
So not one athlete, huh?
My daughter was an athlete, but she stopped in high school. She played volleyball. But she didn't want to play in college.
Good for her.
She won't play in college. And my son, he's mountain biker and dirt bike. And I would say motocross is probably one of the hardest sports in the world.
I think so.
You certainly think so right now.
He's definitely an athlete.
Harkless makes both free throws. Jazz cut it to 10.
Wait a minute. To what extent is your son into this motor?
He just started
he's flying and flipping and all that.
No, he's not flipping. He's flying though. Yeah, he's flying.
Bailey off to Clayton, gives to Filipowski off the turnover, misses at the rim, gets it back, powers back up through, knocked away, and then shoves it back up and in. Timeout, Memphis. Jazz have cut it to 8. Darren, thank you so much for stopping by. It was great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And when you get healthy,
always a pleasure.
If you don't mind waiting for me, we can go on a mountain bike ride sometime up in Park City. I think you're probably a little bit better shape and a little bit more.
Not right now, and I definitely won't be after this.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I'll ride with you right after you get your sling off. I might.
Yeah, but see, we're doing downhill, so I'm not doing that.
I'm old. I like to go up, not down. You're still young.
So I'm going up on the lift and then coming down.
Great to see you.
Yeah,
Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
The next bad shot, I'm going to blame it on Darren.
Darren Williams, Philosophy of Life on Golf. We'll come back with another special guest next. 39-31, Memphis by 8 on SEG+.
Making it on the Korn Ferry Tour means they can make it on the PGA Tour.
His third victory this season.
Meet the newest PGA Tour winner, Matt McCarty.
That time in Mexico.
The Korn Ferry Tour returns July 31st through August 3rd at Ogden Golf and Country Club for the Utah Championship, hosted by the Utah Sports Commission and presented by Zions Bank and Intermountain Health. For tickets and info, visit UtahChampionship.com.
For over a century, one name stands above the rest when it comes to ice cream and bringing families together. Far Better Ice Cream creates magical moments, one delicious scoop at a time. From your favorite childhood flavors to exciting new combinations, Far's has something to satisfy every craving. Visit your local grocery store and take your favorite Far's flavor home with you, or grab a scoop during the game. Far Better Ice Cream, bringing families together for more than a century, one scoop at a time. Far Better Ice Cream, only the best for family and friends.
Dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Easy there. There's a better way to NBA with the NBA app.
Wait, really?
Follow your favorite teams and the league's brightest stars. Be on the ball with real-time stats and scores.
Yeah?
And go behind all the drama with new docs and shows.
Are you kidding?
Catch every swish, dunk, and bucket. All of this, all in one place, all for free.
Thank you.
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
Back with you, Grizzlies leading the Jazz 39-31. Utah making a nice little run behind their defense. We're joined now by former Jazzman Greg. Oh my goodness gracious, Greg! That's Greg. Oh my goodness gracious is your new name. Greg Foster joined us.
I'll go with that.
Greg showed me a picture of the sailfish that they caught this weekend while I was introducing it. Was Cam Spencer buries a three, and that was the oh my goodness gracious right there. All right, so I just asked you, what are you doing? And you are a professional fisherman and fisher guide, I guess.
That is the way you put it. I'm a charter captain.
Is that what? So give me a rundown on this.
Long story short, I take people fishing. So I fished out of Stuart, Florida, which is about 30 miles north of West Palm Beach. And I moved out here a couple years ago, loving it, and always loved the water, always loved the fish. I just took it to the next level, and that's my piece at the end of the day.
All right, I do not have this off the top of my head, and we were together in the 90s, so I have the right to forget things 20 years later. UTEP, but I remember California kid, right?
I grew up in the Bay Area, Oakland, California.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So where did the Florida thing start?
Just because there was many bodies of water, I pointed at a map. I told my wife that's where we're going. We packed up the house, packed up the truck, and we got out of there.
And so tell me about the fishermen.
All the kids are gone, right?
All the kids are grown up. They're out of my pocket, thank God. And they're all doing well.
All right, we'll get back to that, but I want to hear about what the charter business, how does this work?
So all you got to do is reach out to me via social media, either Greg Foster Fishing or A-List Anglers is my company name, and, set up a trip, set up a time to come on out and, enjoy some fishing.
That's so interesting.
We'll knock them dead,
And so, someone signs up. They have no idea about your background.
They have to have absolutely no idea how to fish. It could be your first time. It could be your 100th time. And you could be advanced or you could be novice.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then, of course, the conversation always leads to basketball.
Right, because you didn't shrink.
We talk about the good old days. And, it's just one of those things that's very enjoyable. And, you don't make a ton of money doing it as a charter captain, but, boating's expensive, fishing's expensive, and at least it pays the bills.
You know what? I've known you for a long enough time, and we were similar age when you were playing. So I would just tell you how excited I am knowing you for 25 years about how happy you are talking about this. The energy you're giving off is so great because, as you know, so many guys in this league get to 45, 50 years old and have no idea what they're doing for the next 25 or 30 years.
They struggle, and we're working on that too. So I'm going to see Boone out there at the Guitar Players retreat in Vegas coming up.
Is that next week?
That's next week. I think it's the 13th through the 16th.
Right.
14th through the 16th. And one of the big parts of what we're trying to put together is a transitional program for retired players and our already retired players. So there's a lot of good programs out there. I know UC Berkeley is working in conjunction with MEA, which is Modern Elder Academy. And it's a place that I've actually gone to for a retreat, done some work. They're putting together an educational and transitional platform to help our guys. And I don't know, Boone, if you've seen it, but all NBA players and retired players receive a certain amount of money for continuing education.
Yes.
That's so great. I know that I got about $150,000 that I can use towards continuing education.
Great.
So the money's there. You just got to pay up front. They reimburse you. And so we're working on that is my point.
It's interesting. You're talking about the retired players, but I now have kids that are the same age as our players, right? So I have a 20 and 22-year-old. It dawned on me last year, I said this to Ron at the time, that I don't want to say which players, but I looked at two of our players. They're both going to have great careers. They're both going to make $100 million. Right. I would not trade their lives for my kids' lives at all, even though they're going to make $100 million.
Yeah.
Because it's just there's nothing about this that is natural.
Right.
And they're going to retire, and then they've got 60 years to live.
That's right. And they've built no skills at that point. And it doesn't matter if you have money or not, if you save money or not. But there's a ton of horror stories out there, and we all hear them. And so I think we as an association, as a brotherhood, we got to do something about it. We all know the problems. It's easy to talk about the problems. We need to start coming up with some solutions.
So you had, 10-year career in
13. Fast break,
15,
Isaiah
13,
Collier
13.
lobs it up to Ace Bailey, and the crowds here got what they came here to see. A 6'9", 18-year-old soaring high above the rim for a two-hand hammer.
Oh, there is a game going on, isn't there?
Well,
so 13 years as a player, and then you coach for
another 8.
Another 8.
Yeah. So
Great.
been around a long time, and it's fun. And I just think when guys walk away from the game, they miss the camaraderie, they miss the locker room, they miss that sense of fraternity. So if we can keep that going, I mean, with social media the way it is, it's not that hard to stay in touch. You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So right
you know,
about that.
it's something that us older guys got to get used to, but it's something that can save us money, number one, and have a thorough outreach.
So you've been around long enough to see the changes in the game and how the game is played right now, and then you coach it as well.
Not a fan, not a fan, you know. But these, I mean, I was just telling, Thurl and Bowlerjack, I mean, if you look at these guys, the bodies on these guys, as young as they are, they're a lot more mature, they're a lot more athletic, and then I got to be honest, they're a lot more skilled, right?
Without a doubt, yeah.
It's just the approach to all the other stuff that's so much different. The approach to practice, how we practice, the way they practice individually versus as a unit, right? It's different. It's a hard pill to swallow, but I'll say this. If you want to be involved in this game, in the NBA, you have to evolve, right? It's just what it is. And you can't keep talking about, well, when, back in, 86, or
I'll give this guy
Boone.
I give this guy the greatest credit around here, by the way.
Yeah.
Ron Boone is the most curious and open-minded to the game
That's
changing.
awesome.
I listen to all, everyone talk about like how it once was, and I hear Ron, and it's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
I'm blowing out a commercial break.
Ron
so
is
you deal with it. Timeout on the floor. Jazz still down 8. Scott and Barry. All sorts of shenanigans. Cody Williams it's actually kind of cool. Cody Williams just got a foul off the ball for getting physical and bodying up on someone, which he would not have done at any point of all of last year. So weight training helps.
Okay.
So that was good to see. And then Bryce Sensabaugh just committed a foul on the side. I think they're challenging it. So we've got a timeout with the Jazz cutting it to 8. Interesting comment you made about how skilled everyone is. With your coaching background, you've seen a little Ace Bailey here. What's your thoughts on this collection of talent of that right there?
I haven't watched him much on the defensive side of the ball, but I mean the sky's the limit on the offensive side of the ball. He can handle. He can play multiple positions. I think he can play 4 positions probably. When he gets past the controversy and settles into being here in Utah, which we know Utah is one of the best kept secrets in the league. I don't care what anybody says. He'll be fine.
I just asked Darren the same question. Like, how does that perception ever change?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Until you're here, there's no way to explain it to people, right?
I guess. Yeah. The other one, I was talking to a friend today about this. So, if I have an 18-year-old child who just got $5 million, you know where I don't want them?
Miami,
Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, can we, Utah sounds great.
Yeah.
Portland sounds okay. Can we find the most boring spot I can find?
But that's my point.
It slows you down.
Boring.
I know.
It's not boring. That's the point.
But I'm like, seriously, like, the whole premise of the conversation to me, like, no, if I have an 18-year-old who's got $5 million, like,
Oh, wow.
Scott Morrison fired up.
What's going on here? Where did he hit him? Okay.
Yes.
I think
he hit him here.
46-38 here.
It's a great time for coaches too. Summer league, man.
Well, Scott's so funny because Scott's coached a bunch of G League, and he's got the chops. Usually, you don't have guys, but he just got the inkling in. And Evan Brads, who was the Jazz assistant, was supposed to do these games. He got hired to Duke, and Scott was like, "Sure, I'll take him."
Yeah.
And now like fired up, like always got the blood flowing. Like,
I think one of the most fun times of my career was being the head coach of our summer league team when I was in Atlanta. It's a different vibe, when you're the head coach. For sure.
Now you're in Milwaukee 2 years.
I was in Milwaukee for 4 years as a coach.
4 years.
I was there 3 different times as a player. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So that's one of those places you could stick it in Milwaukee.
Yeah, right. You just fine. And a foul is Collier drives.
So now in a ball game like this.
By the way, you are not hearing play-by-play. It does not matter. This game has gotten just absolutely ragged.
Yeah, 3:35 here left in the half, and right now it's turning into right to the basket, get fouled, and go to the free
And yell
throw
at the
line.
officials.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if this was Nintendo, we'd hit reset and try to restart it and see why the game's bugging right now a little bit. All right, tell me about the kids are all grown. Give us a little update on what they've
Everybody's
done.
grown. I got a makeup artist that's in LA who's my oldest, Victoria, and she is 35.
Wow.
I've got my middle daughter, Colette. She's in medical school at Old Dominion in Virginia, and she's in her third year, and she's 33. And my son, Junior, he's in Miami, so I get to see him periodically. He is in the real estate game out there in Miami, and he's 25. So
That's
Commercial or residential?
a little bit of both. More on the residential side right now, but
Congratulations.
So, thank you, man.
That's really way
I
cooler
had
than
nothing to
anything
do
else
with
you've
it.
ever.
You know,
You're-
I was trying to ball my wife.
Yeah, right.
She was killing it.
Fair enough.
You know?
Fair enough.
So my last question here, but now you went to New Mexico or New Mexico, Las Cruces?
So I went to UTEP,
Uh-huh.
and we were in the WAC back when we were coming in here to play.
Right.
Yeah, we had some epic battles in this place.
So the question is, since you didn't play there, there's only 2 arenas like this.
Yes.
And is it Las Cruces or is it
So I
what
want
they
to say
call
it
the
might
pit?
be
What they call
the pit. Yeah,
right.
That's New Mexico. That's University of New Mexico. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's that long walk on down underground type deal. Yes, exactly like that.
So, and from what I understand, this was built in '69, so I think it's 50.
Wow.
55 years
I'll
old.
tell you what.
The only problem, it doesn't have this many people in it anymore. Hopefully, Alex can get
Yeah.
that back up and running.
Yeah. Tell you what, their facilities here are incredible. I mean, their practice facility is as good as any I've seen in the country.
Here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incredible.
It is incredible.
Their locker room, kitchen, floor. It's as good as anything in the NBA.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Good.
It's great. Well, Greg, great to see you.
Guys,
Thank you so
it's
much for
always
stopping
awesome
by.
to see you, man.
Your energy is
Pleasure,
awesome.
man.
I'm so happy for
Yeah,
you.
life is good, man. I'm not going to
Give yourself another free plug. If someone's going out, wants to take a fishing trip, Florida.
Just hit me up on social media, A-List Anglers
Okay.
or Greg Foster Fishing.
A-list the
So,
anglers.
A-List, like you're
A-list.
A-List guy.
Okay. All right.
A-List Anglers, or you can always hit me up. Just hit me on Instagram, Facebook, Greg Foster Fishing.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah,
It's great.
a blast. So,
It
thanks,
was a
bro.
pleasure to cover you back in the
Always.
day.
I got a
Always.
big one.
I knew you were a good guy then. Enjoyed it.
Yeah,
That was such a great crew.
Oh.
You and Adam Keefe. And
it was awesome.
it was great. Adam
Yeah.
Keefe was great. What was Adam? Adam, I saw Adam. This was back one of the reunions,
Uh-huh.
and he was like the one guy working. And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Yeah, I got 3 kids in private school." Like, I think all of them ended up at
Yeah.
Stanford on scholarship.
Oh,
But,
wow. Good for him.
yeah, so great to see you,
Okay,
Greg.
guys. All right, man.
Greg
Take care,
Foster
Doug.
with us as we have 3:12 left here in a review taking place. Jamil will get me back on clock or something of the sort, or not on clock, or we'll add a timeout during halftime or something.
Jamil might be a little
Hey,
upset
I want to get
with
you.
right
Wait.
now.
Give me 1 second, Greg. If you don't mind, throw me your number. Just send me a text. And Sensabaugh just hit a 3. And we have a free throws. We're going to get 2 free throws for 1 shot after the foul. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. I will send it to you right now.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Well, that was fun. Darren Williams, Greg Foster stopping by.
Absolutely fine.
And it is interesting with all this news in the last, I don't mean to sound like a shill, but all this news about like, oh, I don't want to go to Utah. I don't want to Utah. And here you were the first, Ron. You were the first player to ever play here. At least, let me rephrase it. I'll just be totally honest. You were the first black player to play here who stayed.
Yeah. Well, there's so much negative stuff that was out there. And I think what really captured Derek Harper. You remember his comments?
Yeah, I ain't going to Utah.
Yeah, you go play in Utah.
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing. And I think more and more players are finding out that it's so nice here. It slows you down, which is fine, but it's a great city.
How
And
was it,
it's clean.
Jamil? Jamil Hawkins made the move, my guy over here.
Sure did.
Isaiah Collier, left side. Retreats out. 1-on-1 on Jones. Puts your shoulder in him. Stops. Kicks to the corner. Sensabaugh for 3. No good. Rebound tapped around. Spencer has it for the Grizzlies. The Jazz have cut it to 3. That was for the tie. Spencer lobs to the rim. Wells misses. Jackson goes back up with it, but Cody Williams eradicates it at the rim. Collier left side to the rim. Right-handed floater is good. And the Jazz have taken a 13-point deficit and wrapped it down to 1. 3-ball left side by Jones. No good. Long rebound ricochets all the way out to Jackson. Spencer at the top with 2:34 to play. 10 on the shot clock. Night 2 of Summer League. Spencer, their best shooter, fires the 3 and hits again. His 5th 3 of the game. In 6 attempts.
Yeah, right now, the Jazz are plugging away. I mean, they're playing probably offensively a little bit harder than at the beginning of the ball game.
Cody Williams drives, gets in the lane off his left foot, fading back, misses. Songo for the rebound and a loose ball foul.
Yeah, that foul. Who is that? Oh, Jeremy Jones. I don't think he played the other night.
Jeremy Jones is one of the most interesting stories. Jeremy Jones started his basketball career at Rice. He was the redshirting on the football team as the quarterback and decided to walk on to the basketball team. Then after some success, decided to go be a preferred walk-on at Gonzaga and is still playing today. He's 29 years old.
Wow. Still trying.
Still trying.
I think Sensabaugh just picked up another foul.
That would be his 3rd, maybe 4th.
Offensive foul.
2:06 left. Jazz down 4. Collier, Williams, Bailey, Sensabaugh, and Filipowski. Jazz starting 5 on the floor. Grizzlies have their starting 5 on the floor. Wells and Spencer are their scorers. Poulin drives, reaching in from behind. Collier knocks out Poulin's leg out of bounds. Quick inbound before they could review it. 1:52 to play. Jazz down by 4. They trailed by as many as 13. Collier, rise and fire 3 from the top. Rimmed it. Bailey, offensive rebound. Power dribble to the rack, and he thrusts it down with 2 hands. Ace Bailey's got 12 and leads all Jazz scorers. Collier with a steal on a cross-court pass. 1:30 to play. Collier across the front court. High right-hand dribble. Tries to swing through, lost the basketball. Turns it over. Jackson back the other way. Bailey's back defensively. Jackson drives. Bailey fouls it. Well, Ron, in the midst of us talking with Darren Williams and Greg Foster, a great deal of fun. Ace Bailey has wowed the crowd. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a beautiful dime earlier, 3 on the left side, a fast break dunk. He is beginning to show his incredible skill set.
Yeah, I think just continue to play him and put him in position to where he can do his thing. Trying to remember the saying that he likes about
who's he?
Bailey. I mean, he's made the reference a couple of times about being out there on the floor.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're speaking of. I know he's said he's been very open about how blessed he feels about just being here and being in the league. Jackson's first free throw. Jackson has 13, misses this one. Rebound tips off the hand of Bailey. Pass sets about back out to Jackson for 3, misses again. Filipowski trying to corral the rebound, but steps out of bounds doing so. Jazz are shooting 47% with 5 threes. Grizzlies shooting 44 with 8 threes. 1:12 left here in the first half. Inbound to Wells, their leading primary scorer, and Sensabaugh puts a hand on him and commits his 5th foul of the half. Bryce has 10 points, 5 fouls, 3 turnovers. You're allowed to have 10. We both know Scott Morrison quite well as the Jazz's coach.
Yes.
It's kind of fun. He's really fiery, and it's fun to watch him coach. He was tepid the first night. He has let it rip tonight.
I like when he makes comments and you have to read between the lines.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to read between the lines. Collier driving coast to coast, gets it blocked off the rim. 1-on-4 break didn't work out. Jackson driving, powers through Filipowski and scores it.
He blocks the shot on one end, runs to the other on the break and going to get a three-point
G.G.
opportunity.
Jackson is an incredible talent. Whether it comes together or not. 6'9", 215, perfect NBA body. Huge. Played 48 games as a rookie, got hurt, played 29 games last year, but his shooting percentage slipped from 43% to 37%. And he didn't shoot great in his 1 year at South Carolina.
Plays up above the rim.
He's one of these guys who reclassified, so he's still young, 2 years in the league and still 20. Minute left. Jazz now down 7. So the Grizzlies starters against the Jazz starters here in the final 3 minutes and a half, and then the Grizzlies, who took over the game early with the advantage. Collier drives, hands to Sensabaugh. Jazz aren't playing .5 basketball. They're playing one-on-one, and Sensabaugh tries to go one-on-one, travels. That was a terrible possession.
He changed his pivot foot.
He did. Inbound to Jackson, gives it right back to Spencer, kicks to the corner, Wells for 3-on-2 for 1. Bailey high with a 2-hand rebound. Gives to Sensabaugh. Bryce with his shirt untucked and a right-hand dribble. Powers in the lane, pushes off, puts up the shot, no good, he'll get free throws.
Might get 100 points in this ball game.
Right.
In 40 minutes of play, that's...
It's like a women's college game. Sensabaugh to the line. Harkless will check back in for defensive purposes. Jazz family section full of friends and family. Cody Williams checks out. His mom and dad cheer him on.
I would imagine most of these kids, parents might be here.
Bryce's next free throw. Nice time to come to Utah. Better, probably might like this more than a cold January day.
Well, I don't consider Utah weather cold.
I agree. Shot clock, game clock are separated by 2 seconds as we wrap up the first half. Wells and Spencer are the two primary scorers. Poulin has it. He drives. Tries to get it off, and Collier stealed it. 5 seconds left. Collier to the rack, lays it up and in with 2. Poulin the other way. Pulls for 3 from midcourt and banked it in.
And they're going to count it.
And that's going to count. 57-51 Memphis. As they take a 6-point advantage on a banked-in 3 at the horn by Zion Poulin. And Memphis will take a 6-point lead. Jazz fire back, though. They trailed this one by as many as 14. And Ace Bailey with a big first half. Jazz rookie Walt Clayton is getting his NBA feet wet. He'll be our player profile when we come back. We take a look at his background and all he's been through. That'll be brought to you by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Utah Jazz and Delta Center. Jazz getting ready for the second half. We'll bring you the halftime show for you next. It's Salt Lake City Summer League here in Salt Lake City.
Hey, Jazz fans, basketball is back, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets, so you can be a part of all the courtside celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Jazz games, the Utah Hockey Club, or to any other local live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Utah Jazz. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Home isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. Like curling up in a comfy chair while it's cold outside, with a warm drink, or maybe even a wine in hand. As you watch the world go by outside your window.
Short rib.
Good afternoon, this is your captain speaking.
Which is why at Delta, our people do our best to make you feel at home. Refill? Long before you get there. Delta, keep climbing.
If a small budget's cramping your big summer plans, consider a low-rate home equity line of credit from America First Credit Union. Right now, with a new HELOC, you'll get an introductory 4.49% APR for the first 6 months. And that means more cash to get stuff done. Helping your money do more means helping you do more. So apply for a limited-time HELOC at americafirst.com today. Introductory variable annual percentage rate is subject to eligibility, terms, conditions, creditworthiness, and change. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Jazz trailing 57-51. Ace Bailey has wowed the crowd with 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists here in the first half. The Jazz other rookie, Walter Clayton Jr. on the floor. John Tonje out with a sprained ankle. Clayton has had a tough night. 0 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 5 turnovers in this one, but we got a chance to get to know him a little bit recently. Here's what he had to say his general thoughts were after being drafted.
Definitely just some offensive versatility. Hopefully, he's been a great leader, a great teammate, definitely a great young group. Might be one of the older guys coming in. Definitely a great young group. A lot of talent, and I think the talent in the world is up here. As we had some conversations after I got drafted tonight, they like my skill set. They think I bring something great to the team, be a great piece for the team.
Walt was played at Florida, where he won the national title, and brings that experience to the Jazz. Scott Morrison said that at the very first moment, it was clear he was a leader on the team and asking out of guys, very comfortable in that position. Here's what Walt said he believes he's learned in practice so far.
Us just learning each other, obviously, and, set some team principles, and everybody getting on the same page with all that. Just like defensive stuff, how we sending the ball, what's our coverages, what's the calls, just everything, whenever you start a team.
And Walt will get some real opportunity this year as there is open minutes available for the Jazz young players after the bunch of moves the Jazz have made, moving Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson. So how does he feel his college game will translate to the NBA?
I think it helped, playing at SEC level, but I played point guard basically my whole life until that last year with VP. Was at my junior year, so it definitely helped playing at SEC level though. Off the catch, just making quick decisions. They call it 0.5 here. Just make those quick decisions, driving lanes, kicking out, just getting space and getting open shots.
Jazz trying to play 0.5 offense this year. Make a decision whether you're going to drive, pass, or shoot in 0.5 seconds. That is Walt Clayton Jr. was a football player in high school, gave it up, committed completely to basketball, started at Iona, and then moved his way to Florida where he won the national title. Playing big-time games, and that's what this kid did. He won the state title in Florida, the 6A state title, and had 24 in the 24 tournament. He had 33 against Colorado, and in the 25 tournament, you saw his 34 against Auburn in the Final Four defensive stop in the final play against Houston to win the title for Florida. That's Walt Clayton Jr. We'll come back, check the box score, and then have second half basketball for you right around the corner as we come to you from Salt Lake City Summer League.
Making it on the Korn Ferry Tour means they can make it on the PGA Tour.
His third victory this season.
Meet the newest PGA Tour winner, Matt McCarty.
That time in Mexico.
The Korn Ferry Tour returns July 31st through August 3rd at Ogden Golf and Country Club for the Utah Championship, hosted by the Utah Sports Commission and presented by Zions Bank and Intermountain Health. For tickets and info, visit utahchampionship.com.
Struggling to find a great tasting protein powder made with only real ingredients? Try Just Ingredients, a protein powder that checks all of the boxes. No artificial ingredients, 5 sources of protein, including 100% grass-fed whey, keto-friendly, gluten-free, gut-friendly, and don't forget, delicious. Plus, Just Ingredients has pre-workout, electrolytes, and beauty products, all formulated with your health in mind. Jumpstart your health journey with 10% off site-wide with code JAZZ at justingredients.us.
When someone is injured through no fault of their own, Siegfried Jensen will fight to get them the results they need. We've successfully handled tens of thousands of personal injury cases. We have the experience, knowledge, and resources needed to take on the insurance companies. And since 1990, we've recovered over $1.2 billion for our clients. If you've been injured, let us help you get the compensation you need and deserve. Call Siegfried and Jensen.
Woodley Real Estate, a proud sponsor of the Utah Jazz, is a full-service commercial and residential real estate firm helping clients invest, buy, sell, lease, and develop real estate. With over 20 years of experience, they've represented individuals from seasoned investors to first-time homebuyers and businesses from publicly traded companies, including Qualtrics, Vivint, and Domo, to Silicon Slope's fastest-growing startups. Woodley Real Estate, finding homes for Utah's businesses and the people who run them. Learn more about Woodley Real Estate at woodley.co.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Take a quick look at the box score before we get ready for the second half of action for the Memphis Grizzlies. They're led by 17 points by Cam Spencer at 5 threes. 16 from G.G. Jackson. That should expect. Jalen Wells, who played 73 starts last year for them, 74 starts in 79 games. He's just 2 of 8, 1 of 5 from 3 with 8 points. There's 7 points for their point guard, Zion, pulling not much off the bench for Memphis. In this one, they're shooting 46% and 38% from 3. They've turned it over 13 times. The Jazz have turned it over 17 times in the first half of this game.
Walter Clayton with 5
Walter
of
Clayton
those.
had 5 of them. Bryce Sensabaugh had 4. Kyle had 3. And Isaiah had 3. Jazz are led by 12 points by Ace Bailey, 5 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3. He also has 5 rebounds and 2 assists in this one. Bryce Sensabaugh has 12 points on 3 of 5 shooting from 3, 4 turnovers and 5 fouls. In this, 9 points for Isaiah Collier on 3 of 6 shooting. He's gone to the line 7 times, just made 3 of them. Jazz haven't got much off the bench, but Elijah Harkless did score 6 in this one. We'll take a timeout. Ron Boone will rejoin me, and we'll get second half basketball next on Salt Lake City Summer League Basketball.
Home isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. Like curling up in a comfy chair while it's cold outside, with a warm drink, or maybe even a wine in hand. As you watch the world go by outside your window.
Short rib. Good afternoon, this is your captain speaking.
Which is why at Delta, our people do our best to make you feel at home. Refill? Long before you get there. Delta, keep climbing.
Hey, Jazz fans, basketball is back, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets, so you can be a part of all the courtside celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Jazz games, the Utah Hockey Club, or to any other local live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Utah Jazz. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Helping your money do more means putting yourself in the financial driver's seat. Oh, yeah. And there's no better or more literal way to do that than with a low-rate auto loan from America First Credit Union. Plus, for a limited time, when you finance your new vehicle with America First, you'll enjoy no payments for 90 days. And that means getting more mileage out of every cent you spend. So make your money move. Head to AmericaFirst.com to apply for pre-approval of your low-rate auto loan today. Eligibility, terms, conditions, and creditworthiness apply. Subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
At SME Industries, we don't just build structures. We create landmarks. As a leader in steel fabrication and construction, SME Industries powers iconic projects across the nation. From towering skyscrapers to complex industrial facilities, our precision, innovation, and expertise are second to none. And just like we build strong structures, we're proud to support strong teams. That's why we partner with the Utah Jazz and Utah Hockey Club, cheering them on as they inspire greatness on and off the court and ice. SME Industries, constructing for the future.
When you travel, you're looking for real recommendations. Skip the sponsored ads and suggestions to connect with local experts and travelers sharing their favorite things about countless destinations with Travel Pass. Looking for new restaurants to try in your own backyard? Research the best places to stay for a quick weekend getaway. Wondering what to do in a new place? Find it all with Travel Pass. Explore, plan, and book your best trip yet with Travel Pass. With real travelers sharing real recommendations, you'll always know where to go, what to do, and where to eat. Travel Pass is a proud sponsor of the Utah Jazz.
Underway here in the second half, and Isaiah Collier just wowed the crowd on the right side. Drives, spin, and underhand scoop and score. And the Jazz have cut it to 4.
Looks like he's taking this pressure defense by Memphis personal.
He's got 9 points now. Or speaking 11. And Baycott loses the ball on the way through. Turns it over. Jazz trying to pick up the pressure. Ron, what are we looking for in the second half?
I'm looking for the Jazz to get up more threes. I mean, only 13 threes here in this first half. And all of that's big. What I'm saying is the fact that they're putting the ball on the floor trying to get to the hole. They really got physical to the point where the Jazz were trying to play off the drive, whereas the Memphis, 24 3-point shot attempts.
Sends ball to the top. Spencer up tight on his body, left side to Bailey. Here's Ace. Retreats out with the dribble. A little loose with it with the right hand. Rise and fire. He got fouled. They don't call it. He got blasted. He's our rookie. Give him a little respect. Filipowski jumps the passing lane and steals it. Kyle to the front court. Finds Sensabaugh. Left corner. Ball fakes. Now settles himself. Fires to the corner and tickles the twine. Jazz are within one. They trailed by 14. Actually, they've changed it. They trailed by as many as 17. Wells, all rookie last year, drives, stutter steps in the lane, fades back, misses. Filipowski boards. Can the Jazz take the lead? They've led once all game.
Filipowski was rebounding very nicely, have not been able to get up a lot of shots.
One of 7 shooting. He's got 8 rebounds. 4 of those on the offensive end. Collier fouled up top. Sensabaugh slices to the basket. Dipsy-do, switching right to left, finishes at the rim. And off the inbound, the Jazz now lead it by 1, equaling their largest lead and their only lead. 58-57. Jackson. High pick and roll. Filipowski comes out to defend. Top to Spencer. Left side Wells for 3. Short. Rebound Filipowski. Collier in the controls. Comes to the front court. Trying to find Bailey coming out. Instead they go Filipowski in the post and Spencer fouls him.
Smart play. I don't know if that was something that they talked about at halftime. Create the switch and post flip.
It's a great point, Ron. If Isaiah just saw that, that was really good recognition. That's what a point guard's supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Filipowski between the circles. Calls for Isaiah to come get the ball. Pick and roll to his left. Shoots the 3, makes it, and an offensive foul on Kyle Filipowski on the moving pick.
Yeah, not only did he move, but it was like a defensive lineman trying to protect his quarterback.
And Isaiah Collier, who wants a 3 badly, makes that one. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Foul trouble's not really a problem. You get 10. Here's Wells, right side, free throw line extended. Drives the baseline, cut off by Kyle. Goes reverse side, misses. Baycott lays it up and in on the offensive rebound for Memphis. And the Grizzlies regain the lead, 59-58. Isaiah. Top to Cody. Mid-block left, it's Filipowski finding a slicey. Cody Williams gets it knocked out of his hands. Turnover. Jazz 18th turnover of the game. Kyle started 27 games last year, averaged 14 points and 9 rebounds in those starts.
Rough start at the beginning of the year, though, but he came on strong toward the end of the year.
Up till February, he shot 30% from 3, and then for the next 2 months, he shot 47% from 3.
Yeah.
Slumped a little bit to close. Left side, Jackson. Bailey defending. Top to Poulin, Memphis point guard. G.G. Jackson from the top, 3 ball good. Jackson and Spencer have been their scorers. Here's Collier driving. Inside, Filipowski dunk. Early push, Memphis never got set.
Yeah, that looks like 3-on-3 once they got the basketball ahead of the defense.
Spencer's out of the game right now, so Jackson's their primary scorer. Poulin puts it on the floor, drives it, Filipowski. And a foul. Nate Hinton has come in for Cam Spencer. Skip pass over the top, Wells. Cody closing. 3 ball good. Jalen Wells now just 3 of 12 from the floor. Sensabaugh inbounds. Filipowski will bring it in the front court. Baycott bumps it. Kyle goes all the way to the rack. Takes the left hand, rises on top of G.G. Jackson, and domes him with a left hand hammer. Jackson answers with a 3 and misses.
Push in the back.
And a foul on the rebound. Kyle Filipowski just put a left hand sledgehammer on top of G.G. Jackson. And look at the teenagers in the front row across the way, or redoing it, mimicking it, having fun with it. Now they're talking to Bryce Sensabaugh about it. Oh, so fun at Summer League. 6:15 left here in the third quarter. Night 2 for the Jazz, who won their opener. Memphis won their opener. The winner of this one takes the commanding lead to win the Salt Lake Summer League. Bailey works off the dribble into the corner. Gives to Filipowski. Deep in the post, it's Sensabaugh. Body bump by Spencer is checked back in, and Sensabaugh turns it over. Coming back, basket. Left side, pass to the corner. It's Wells for another 3, and he hits.
Sensabaugh got his shot blocked down there on the baseline.
Collier, Filipowski, 2-man game at the top, and a reach-in foul on the Memphis Grizzlies. And timeout on the floor. It's 68-62. Memphis by 8. 5:40 left in the third on SCG Media.